Hi everybody, welcome back to another video. In today's video we are going to be talking about the struggles of being the pretty friend. Now I said pretty because, as cliche as it sounds, beauty is in the eye of the beholder. But when I say pretty, I'm talking about the conventional, stereotypical definition or ideal that the world has with this Coke bottle frame, the small waist, wide hips, big perky boobs. That is the standard of pretty that I am talking about. Now, yes, I know that there is pretty privilege, but have you ever stopped to consider that there is a downside to that as well? So that's what we're going to be talking about today. And to be honest, I was pretty hesitant to film this video because I know that there are going to be different views on this, but this is my experience and I want to start a conversation. So one struggle would be feeling like if you don't have any safe space to share your insecurities. Now, I don't care who you are, every single person has insecurities. Everybody has insecurities, but people may perceive it as you are complaining or you're ungrateful if you are the pretty friend. And why I say that is because maybe from their point of view, they're looking at themselves and they're saying, but if you think that you have a problem and you look like that or you are like that, what do you think about me? And it doesn't work like that. It doesn't translate like that. Because you see an imperfection. Sorry, I caught myself. Not imperfection. Because you have an insecurity as the pretty friend, that doesn't mean that you see that imperfection in someone else, or you think of it as a downside or a drawback for that person. This is something that is individualistic. This is something that you deal with as a person, as an individual. So as the pretty friend, you are held on a pedestal. You have to be your best, you have to look your best, you have to be on your A game. Honestly, it is so tiring. There are some days that you don't want to dress, you don't want to look your best. And yes, dressing, when you dress, when you're in a bad mood and you dress up, more times than not, oftentimes you do feel better. Yes, but there's sometimes that you just don't care. You just want to not dress up, you don't want to look the part, you just want to be. But as a pretty friend, it's like you don't get a break. You're always on that pedestal. You always have to come, trying to outdo yourself. And it is tiring. It honestly is tiring, especially when you don't want to do it. People see you as the praise or a trophy. You are not a person. You are not a name. You are not a being. You are a trophy, a praise, a goal, something to conquer. That is how you are perceived. And this ties in with being held on a pedestal. So you oftentimes find that you have to weed through the riffraff because you don't know who is there for the right reasons. You don't know who is just there to hit it and quit it. Sorry to be so crass, but that's the reality of it. So what are your approaches? You could have your walls up, you could be guarded, or you could just be like, well, they might not be here for a long time, they might be here for a good time, and that might be your approach. But yeah, you are known as this person, but it is a chase, is something to be conquered, and nobody wants to feel like that. Well, no, let me take that back. Everybody should want to feel like the praise. Everybody should want to be, feel exalted, but you don't want to be objectified. You don't want to just be seen as a means to an end. You want to feel as if the person wants to know you for you and not you for how you look or you for what bragging rights or what goes along with being linked to you. You don't want to feel used. You want to feel as if you are a person confident and happy in yourself and in how you look, but as a pretty friend, sometimes you have to deal with that. A lot of weeding, a lot of filtering, just because you are the trophy. You are the praise. Hey, sweet girl. Yeah, you get approached a lot. And like that, catcalling, a lot. And sometimes it is in the most uncomfortable, most awkward situations, and it happens. And there are times when you try to be subtle and you try to give a hint like, okay, thank you, I don't really want to talk to you, but thank you. You try to be nice and play off, but then there are times when it is so persistent that it becomes borderline harassment and harassment. And you don't want to have to be dealing with that. Nobody should have to deal with that, but you don't want to have to be dealing with feeling, again, objectified. And there are certain places that you would not go, or certain areas that you would not go, because you know the response and you know the reaction that you are gonna get as the pretty friend when you go into certain spaces or places. So you avoid that. You in your mind are already thinking of an escape route. What do I do? What do I say? How do I say it not to be vilified? How do I get out of that? Or better yet, how do I avoid that altogether? And sometimes dealing with that could be a whole mental thing. You just get exhausted in trying to preempt whatever is going to happen or whatever is going to be said, because you don't want it to all descend into mass chaos. So yeah, that getting approached a lot is